All right, man. Canelo Triple G3, a dud, trash, terrible, terrible, terrible. Wasn't worth going live on. I ain't seen this many missed punches in a lifetime. That's what I will say. Man, dude, these dudes was missing punches. But let's just get into the fight, man. Um, One thing I noticed off the rip was that neither one of these fighters was warmed up, and that was really, really a bad sign for Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin came out bone dry, cold, um, and when he warmed up down the stretch of that fight, um, he looked a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Both, Canelo was very inaccurate fight, but he do the same thing. He do the same thing. It's like it's like somebody that keep doing the same move in Mortal Kombat or Tekken. And you know, he missed a lot of shots, but at the end of the day, he was the more aggressive fighter. Triple G was jabbing. His jab was really, really good tonight. Had Canelo top of the forehead red in the first round of that fight, but Canelo won the ring generalship by being the aggressor. A lot of shots was missing, but when he did land the bigger and more defer shots, um, you know, that's what really won him the round. And I don't dispute. I feel like he won a lot of those rounds. But I'd probably say Golovkin ran one, maybe 4 or 5. At the 5 at the most, probably more than 3, 4 rounds, probably right in there. Um, you know, and for the most part, Gennady Golovkin was trying to find his rhythm, trying to build up a lather where he can loosen up a little bit, and that happened right around the eighth or ninth round. But Canelo Alvarez was missing a lot of shots. You know what I'm saying? And when Triple G actually got on the inside, he wasn't able to be able to stay there and do a lot of work. But Canelo Alvarez couldn't really hit him on the inside. But then again, Canelo didn't allow a lot of work. He'd tie up or he'd step over, give Golovkin the cold shoulder, and make Golovkin reset. Um, but Golovkin landed some hooks here and there. But when he landed Canelo with some shots that sent Canelo to the ropes that caught Canelo attention, there was never a sequel that followed it. Never was a trilogy that followed it. Never was nothing. He hit Canelo with a good shot. He admired his work, and that's what it was. With Canelo Alvarez, he landed big shots. They was big enough, even if they landed a lot of them hip shots landed on Golovkin elbows. A lot of those left hooks was big misses. A lot of those punches missed, but it was the impact of those punches and that pushed Gennady Golovkin back and put Canelo on the front foot to make Canelo look like the aggressor. Exactly what it was. So I mean, when Canelo, landed some shots, they were wild shots. Golovkin landed, few and far in between the wild shots, but he never followed. At least Canelo Alvarez would land a hip shot on the elbow, and he'd follow with a big left hook, even though Gennady Golovkin caught it. And some of them left hooks did land because Gennady Golovkin eye was all, was bruised up and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So neither one of them was really committing to the body early on because they were scared to get countered or whatever situation would have been. But Golovkin jab was causing problems for Canelo. It was breaking up Canelo rhythm early on, but Canelo figured it out. He figured it out, and he just was the aggressor. But I've never seen so much inaccuracy. They were just very, very inaccurate in this fight, especially Canelo Alvarez. He missed a lot of shots wide. He was very inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? And it's credit to Gennady Golovkin, but he wasn't warmed up neither. He wasn't warmed up neither, bro. But it was inaccurate. It was. I don't really consider the trilogy great. But that was entertaining in the first fight. It was entertaining the second fight. This fight wasn't entertaining. Canelo was off this fight. He was off. Gennady Golovkin was old and slow and off. Uh, but around in the eighth, ninth round, he picked it up. Canelo got tired. He started pushing Canelo to the ropes, but he just never followed up. He never followed up, and Canelo never was in any serious danger. Now, towards the end of the fight, he started to become in some danger, but he was able to survive, or he was able to weather the storm. And Gennady Golovkin just never was able to follow up off his power punches. I want to say he was old, whatever, but he never had a track history of being on the top level and fighting elite level fighters. See, I can say he got old and all that stuff, and that's fine and dandy. He is 40 years old. But, where's the track record of Gennady Golovkin, you know, dominating top competition? You can make an argument that he lost to Sergey Derevyanchenko. He did. A lot of people believe that to be true. He didn't dominate nothing. You look at Canelo, it's an anomaly in his career. That's exactly what it is. Fighting a top fighter for the money. If Canelo didn't bring the money, he never got in the ring with Canelo. He never beat anybody. I'm sorry to say that. Like, legitimately. You talk about Murata, that was a good fight, but Rob Brand had already did that. Derevyanchenko, a lot of people felt that he lost that fight. He did lose that fight. Danny Jacobs, a lot of people felt like he lost that fight. Shit, he was losing to Kell Brook, for God's sakes. So we go on and on, but he don't have a track record of beating elite level and talented fighters. And that's the honest truth. So you look at his resume and they want to say he's a Hall of Famer? Fuck no. I don't care about the hardware. I don't care about the fake WBA regular title defenses or none of that. He's a fighter that came up in the trilogy short 3 times. A draw, which I thought Canelo won. A second fight, I thought Canelo won convincingly. And I thought Canelo won tonight, which it ain't saying much on Canelo's part that he got the job done tonight. It's not saying much. He's in there with a 40-year-old man. His mission was to go in there and stop this 40-year-old man. You can stop Caleb Plant. You can stop, whoever else he done stopped, Kovalev. But you couldn't go in here and stop this 40-year-old man who virtually was out of sync for 8 straight rounds, 7 to 8 straight rounds. He was out of sync. And you did nothing. You didn't put 3, 4, 5, 6 shots together. He was able to do nothing with Gennady Golovkin early on. And Gennady Golovkin was a sitting duck for any and everything. Canelo get tired because Canelo throw everything in the one shot. He missed a ton of shots. He never make an adjustment. He's very repetitive. He does the same combination over and over again. If he really got in there with somebody that's very talented, as was Dimitri Bivol, he really got in there with David Benavidez, he would get totally fucking destroyed. He got in there with Arthur Beterbiev. He would get in there with a Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Robinson, a Bernard Hopkins, a Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, a Michael Nunn. He would get absolutely fucking destroyed. He would get destroyed. He does the same thing over and over again with no adjustments. You had a 40-year-old man in here today, and you couldn't even put him in real trouble. And for Golovkin, you finally take a risk in your career outside of Derevyanchenko, and you sit here, you talk all this shit, you hug him after the fight, and you hurt him a couple of times in the fight or got his attention, you never followed up on there. Come on, you come into the ring not warmed up, when I was no sweat on there. For Golovkin, his whole career was just about a money grab. All this trilogy was about grabbing money. That's what it was about. It was about money. So at the end of the day, very inaccurate fight on both sides. Mostly Canelo's side missing a lot of shots, but you know what? At least he tried. He tried from round 1 at least to the championship rounds, and then he can coast. Even though them cards was a little bit too close for a lot of people's comfort, but I definitely not interested in seeing the fourth fight. I wasn't interested in seeing this fucking fight, honestly. And it lived up to exactly what I thought it was going to be. So 116, 112, and 2 115, 113 for Canelo unanimous decision. So I see, like I continue to say before, man. He talk all this bad blood shit, and they get in there and didn't hurt a putty cat. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get in there and inflict any pain. Talking about knocking people out in the first round, didn't do that. They really had this thing of bad blood. This was, I can't even call it a tactical fight. This was a schoolyard, middle school cat fight. That's what it was. I'm scared to get hit. It was an agreed upon cat fight. That's what it was. It was agreed upon cat fight. Wasn't no tactics or no real skills, dog. These dudes not top 15 super middleweights. They weren't top 20 middleweights of all time. Think about guys like Mugabe, John David Jackson would give these dudes problems. Gennady Golovkin was never special, but I say that for another day. He was never special, you know. But that's my opinion. But this was not a good fight. This is let you know exactly, what you get for $85. You know, you know exactly what This is exactly what you're getting for $85. This was nothing to write home about. And that's just being real. This was nothing to write home about. You know, really nothing to write home about. This was a glorified sparring match. None of these dudes really had heat for each other. It was about getting together, fighting this Rocky 3 scripted fight, and getting money together. It was agreed upon heist. This was some Grand Theft Auto heist shit. You know, so it is what it is. Canelo won by unanimous decision. Check out the Fight Reaction playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere else. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Don't forget to check out the link tree. Find me everywhere. Peace.